names. Which is just a simplified version of their ticker. Call this USA Tech. They're all USA companies. And we're going to call this volatility, implied, 3-month, raw, BBG. What I'm doing right now is I'm just doing what you call making a code, which is making a unique identifier that will link to whatever we're about to push. Now we have all these tickers. Now how do we find out what vol is called? Well, there's a couple of ways. One, we could pull Bloomberg back, pull up AAPL, and do fields, FLBS, and do vol. There we go. So let's do, that's realized vol. We want to do implied vol. Okay. Implied vol moneyness. Implied what we're really looking for is the 3-month at the money call option. That's kind of a good way to find stuff. 3-month call implied volatility. Okay. Let's add to here vol implied 3-month at the money ATM. Copy that down, recalculate, turn off auto calc if you can. Okay, this is going to take a minute, so let's push 1 as an example. And you say equals push the name, the rows, the identifier from Bloomberg, and then the metadata. In this case, equals push Bloomberg. Rows, Bloomberg, meta. The meta in this case being the field that Bloomberg uses. There we go. Let's delete this while we can. Great. Now we have a map of codes that are going to look like this. Hold on. So let's call this USA EC. Let's call this rows ticker. Let's call this stem. This is the rows. This is the field. This is the BBG. Now we're going to call this USA Equity S&P 500 applied vol push example 20930 equals push. Now we're cheating a little bit because we're using SPY and assuming it's the same, it might not be. Okay, now if we go back to the front end the web, you can see we have all these in a table, but if we did mean rows, it's just going to add up the only one that it has, which is the Apple one. And while we're here, let's put this and call this applied vol Apple. Great. Okay, there you go. They're the same data because there's only one thing that's been pushed. So to push a bunch of them, you can push it as an array. Push BBG to rows, the array of codes, the array of tickers, and then the field. Don't push an array of fields. That's because the way that the Bloomberg API works. They can only do one set of variables at a time. So now I'm going to push 500. This is going to take a couple minutes because how slow they are. In the meantime, let's save this. Call this USA Equity Implied Volatility Notebook. Add date demo. I'm adding these ... dots to give this thing tags so that later if I want to find it, I can just search here USA Ec Notebook Vol. And it'll pop up. If you click on notebook and search, it will try to get to the notebook. That's a different one. This one. Which is just this one, but hasn't been saved. So if we save this, we reload this, well, he said overconfidently. We save this, reload this, we get the tech team to look at it later. Okay. Maybe because it left the thing here. Let's look for apple ball. No, it's not apple ball. ABL ball 300 should be here. There we go. And we know that it's working through a bunch of these. So let's try to find it. Microsoft, MSFT, Amazon, amazing, Tesla. Maybe while we're doing this. Oh, really? No, that should be pushed by now. So we will see Google. Let's try Google. Google. One more time. There we go. Tesla we'll see later. Example of the halting problem. Google US wall. There we go. Okay. Save this notebook. If you change the variables up top, then all your chart formatting gets lost. So watch out for that. Okay, so let's compare this to something we might have in the system, like VIX. What is VIX? VIX is kind of like USA equity by fall. It's not exactly the same thing. Let's see. Yep. VIX is denominated in hundreds units as opposed to percentages. So you have this kind of issue where realized vol tends to be in units of real things. So here we go, VIX and USA equity implied vol. So what is this then? They're not the same. So this is the 3-month call option on the index and SPX, the futures. This is the VIX index plus some extension logic. What is that a measure of? Well, it's the ratio, or the divide by, or sub. Take a difference of those things. Ooh, what's this? Let's look at this compared to VIX. Is this thing correlated with itself? Usually it is. VIX divided by 100. If there's, oh, look at that. Of course there is. Or why? Because the VIX is a way to measure the whole curve. What do I mean by that? SPX index. Let's look for vol surface. ODDV, 3D surface. Okay, this thing. This is the price of all the different options on S&P. And the VIX is an attempt to go from this, a specific version of this, which is the next month's curve, in this case, up and down of calls and puts. And that gets rationalized in the VIX, which is called the volatility index du jour. Let's see. Can't even find it. Like anything about it. So do any of these help? Okay. Nope. Nope. Cool. Take this, dump it in here. Add some documentation. Someone who has an opinion. Yep. Variance swaps are different, but better to trade. Okay, this U-curve. When the tail is long away, then you get higher prices for options. Some curves, anyway, it's boring. What's this? This is just some other random documentation. kurtosis. How did kurtosis do in 2008? Bad. Tell you. Tell you, it's calculated. Okay, settlement. Ooh, nice. This is like where the options get actually cleared. What's this? Computer vision. This is me just killing time while the push finishes. Look at this stuff later. How's my Excel file doing? You can tell it's still working because tap, 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 it doesn't do anything. It seized your Excel, which is okay. It's just the way it's supposed to work. Okay, let's find some other ball. Let's find this VVIX. What's the VVIX? So what is this? This is for options on the VIX. Options on options. Ball surface. See, it's going to be a lot higher. 80, 70, 100, what's the that? Here, 80, 70, 100. Hanging out in that range. I don't want to do a class right now. How to get from this to realize volatility, but we might as well just do it. So if we look for USA equity volatility, this is going to be realized volatility, not implied. We're going to do that for all the other ones we just calculated. Show tree. Oh, this is cheeky, but okay. What's equity volatility 3 months? Equity returns, roll standard deviation, 60 days, multiply by 15.7. Why 15.7? Because volatility is about time in square root of time in particular. Standard deviation of the variance. And so since there are about 252 trading days, you end up with the square root of 252 or 260 or whatever you're doing. I'm thinking about 15.7 or 16. Great. How are we doing on our push? This is why you don't push 500 things at once. Okay, well, let's try to find one of these demo lines. Wells Fargo, CVS. Go back up here. Wells Fargo, CVS. Let's look for Goldman Sachs. Let's look for JP Morgan. Let's look for Bank of America. Let's look for Netflix. Let's look for stocks. BK. This is a way to test to see how far you've pushed. You go down your list. Even BK's been pushed, so we know we're at least halfway through the list. So do binary search, go to CPOE. The exchange itself is listed, which is always fun. but this one's not pushed yet. Come on. Probably need some music for this. There we go. It's not pushed yet. I'm wearing headphones sometimes. We'll play it later. Okay. So, I mean, that's more or less how to push into Bloomberg. Now, what we're going to do is give these better names. So, do one as an example. And there's an issue with Bloomberg data in that they don't always adjust for gaps in the data. Kind of hard to see, but colon B is a way. I already put a B on there, I think. Yep. Okay, so we've already resampled this. Which is why they're exactly the same. But if you have dates that are missing, this will interpolate. So we don't actually need that. So get rid of that, and we're just going to take the same stem and get rid of the metadata we don't want. So I think of it as like just simplifying that code down. Apple US vol IV Apple US Apple equity volatility implied. Now this is a pretty simple tree, but it's just a naming convention that I want to use because I know that some of these metadata variables are going to change. 3 months, business days, months, source. So we're trying to build it in such a way that later when we add variables or add different stitching to this or whatever, it has a clean line to what we call in English Apple equity volatility implied. This is going to be funky when we get to Facebook or whatever. Is it FB or is it Meta? And if we have old data that's under Facebook, we got to go find it, right? So we have Facebook here, pushed from when we did this last time, I guess. Details. I don't know. Hopefully this is going to be done soon so that I can show aggregations. But it takes a little while. It's 500 objects. It's not actually objects. We can push logic in about 2 minutes for 500 objects. Even complex logic. It's actually the problem is we're using Bloomberg's download capability to store new variables. That means that as Bloomberg gates us, we have to gate you. That's because, as we promise, when you are pushing data to Bloomberg, you're uploading your own data, which is the way we can let you use Bloomberg data without, violating any license agreements. Oh, okay. It's going to take a little while. You can see that I made a mistake on the bottom because I just assumed that SPY didn't have yen in it or whatever, but apparently it has some yen in pounds, which is weird, and that means that my modeling is going to be a little bit funky. Japanese currency vol applied. I don't know if they'll have that. Okay, so let's check. Let's check another one forward. Just killing time here, really. You guys should all fast forward. Now, what are we going to call all this stuff? Well, I will show you a hack for what to call it. We have forward, so we're almost done. This forward's pretty far down this list. This is so annoying. Okay. Well, while we're doing that, let's just check out Ford's credit. What is this? Looks like their CDS. Good luck trying to get that out, but we're going to try it. But first, for some reason, I decided to pick the world's most loaded demo. Okay. So it looks like Ford Vol is up. Credit spreads are up. Stocks are down. How does this look for Goldman Sachs? Credit spreads up. shouldn't be a credit spread. That's just S&P. It's pretty flat at 38. If you want to compare realized to implied, HIVG, get rid of this price. It's not helping you. Really? Sorry, 2015. Okay. So implied vol at 16 looks pretty expensive. I don't like that. I mean, if you think about the realized, it's been living at 5 or 6. Okay, maybe we want to sell that. Let's go look. Can we sell calls on the dollar? Deck. Maybe. So spot's 30, calls at 30. Those are tiny, tiny, tiny. 31 call. What's the put trading at? Also high. Just bet that it just stays here. Okay. How about a 20? No, it's up to so far. 29, 31. Yeah. 29, 32. 29, 31. I don't know. You can get $1 from selling the $1 out straddle. I don't like that deal at all. I probably want to buy that. Even though, how much is this thing up? Last year, 20%. Wow. Okay. Well, let's do a side quest, and we're going to look at the dollar returns, roll sharp, 250. And we're going to compare that to up, returns, roll sharp, 250. Compare that to shorting gold. And shorting bonds. And shorting stocks. Just getting greedy here. Whoa. Okay, boom. So what's been the best asset class? The best hedge for the chaos we've just had? Is this done yet? Maybe. Yeah. Okay, good. See, it broke where I thought it would. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, is, as promised, use this ridiculous logic to build logic. So what we're going to say is, Apple US vol IB implied. So this, let's go equals left len minus 7. Great. Minus 6. Great. Apple US vol IB 3 months, right? Yeah. And vol IB 3 months. Don't forget your quotes. Boom. Don't need the dot. Here we go. Okay. This is a shorter version. And we have an even shorter version, which is just get rid of the 3 months, right? Which is kind of stupid, but do it anyway. It will become clear why later. When you have all kinds of different tenors going around. Oh man. You want to have an assumption that IB is 3 months, but not demand that it's 3 months. Okay. Here, I don't really want to copy the names yet because we haven't found the names. So we can take this and I'm do a little cheat here, which is this is the logic, copy paste as values, alt ESV. This is the second logic, This is the rows, right? But what's interesting is that you might want to push both at the same time. So do this, because it's going to hang up my computer for a little while. Do, and any of the ones that didn't push, who cares? It's not great. Save the file equals push logic. This will work a lot faster. Now we're going to start cooking. Now we go to that map. We can do an aggregation, which is going to take a little while, but let's do it anyway. Where's my map? Bloop, bloop, bloop. Okay. SP500 vol map. Did I push it? Here we go. Good. This. I don't think that's. Shucks. What was it called? It's pushing, so you don't want to mess with it too much. Vol push example. Didn't call it map. Amazing. Okay. You can see I've already done this. And I used almost the exact same, but I pushed a whole bunch of other stuff. That's cool. I pushed the 80%, and the 120%. And, well, even Vega. Whoa. Okay, sometimes you see your old stuff. Okay, so let's add up the old one. We're just going to say mean this column. And we can compare that to this one. Push example. I didn't call it map stupidly, but that's okay, Alex. Okay. This one has the same kind of logic, right? So we're going to say mean rows. And let's try, how's my Excel doing? Still working, right? Yeah. Okay. Give us a name. USA Equity SP500 applied vol 3 months 2022 09 30 equals. And the other one, let's take the old one and just say that's the old one. This one, from the last time I did this, is the other way of doing it. So I'm just comparing these two methodologies, right? This one was pushed, when was it? I don't remember anymore. Let's just say 2019. So here we go. Boom. 2022. Great. Copy this. Paste it down here just in case. Sometimes when you run this, it's going to try to do it before pushing it. And that means that servers are working and they're trying to get all these 500 different things. I would not recommend trying to pull this in Explore Tree because it'll do 500 objects. Might be able to do it, but you'll blow up your Chrome RAM really fast. Okay, so we're back here. Let's mess around a little bit and do VIX change MA10. How's my VVIX doing lately? It's not updated. Damn it. Can't do that yet. Well, we can try. Let's go here. And I think the server's on in the back. So equals update. Another way to update Bloomberg, but you have to have the pipes connected. This isn't for the free version. So we're doing all kinds of stuff in the back. Okay, this is still working. This is still working. These things are not going to work. Right? That's why I said copy and paste them. So that if it blows up and you lose the equal sign, sometimes it just like will resolve to the back half thing and not calculate. You can run it again. And whoa, there we go. Okay, that's done. So these are all done. So I can at least do VVIX. No, I don't do VVIX anymore because it's already been updated. Refresh. Boom. Oh, come on. Okay, equals update. So once it's been pushed, all you have to do is run update. And then if it's been pulled recently, you might have to run refresh. Because refresh, there we go. Whoa, look at that. Damn. You're telling me VVIX was 80 a couple weeks ago. Should have bought some. Okay. Well, let's do an example. Flip MA B MA 1 by 50. How's that look? Max 2. Great. Let's use that to trade USA equity returns. Okay, what about bonds? Ooh, okay. Flip that. So when the VVIX goes, okay, get rid of this. When the VVIX goes up, buy bonds. Right? It's not doing that well. Okay, well, let's play around with it a little bit. Let's do something shorter moving, something longer moving, something even longer moving. Let's go 250, airy. Maybe my construction needs to be arithmetic as opposed to geometric. There we go. Yeah. Well, no, hold up.
It's the initial request.
There we go. Okay, so when the VVIX goes up by this shit. Okay. I don't know if I buy that. That's why I'm looking at it so long. It's like, why would, I guess when the VVIX goes up, short bonds. That seems weird. You think it'd be the other way around. As the VVIX goes up, people buy bonds.
Why
That's do for stocks. Okay. Let's go back here.
So it's not like we're explicitly being like
Yeah.
fetch all.
Nice. Okay, so what's been the best? Yeah. The best hedge. Let's publish this. This is fun. It's not actually the dollar though. It's FX returns. Whoops. Okay. 94. Transformation. Sensor. Okay. What has looked the most like today?
Yeah.
Shorting bonds and buying stocks. shorting gold. Okay, so let's do a little funsies here. Side path.
So you're not really
Do
getting held up, and then that's something that's a user being like, yeah, it's not working. Yeah. And now you have 15 requests a lot.
okay. Let's do tips. LQD. Okay, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a map, which is an aggregation of these elements, which are just the 250-day rolling sharp, aka the year-long rolling sharp of these assets. And if I add them all up together, we're taking the average, which is effectively the same thing, mean rows. We should see that this is a pretty bad time for everything. Whoa. Yeah, that's great. Now, part of that's because these guys are only recent. So they're going to be extreme, and they're going to pull that number positive. Right? Since 2004. Yeah. They weren't around in 2000, whatever. So the average, because they're more volatile, is going to get blown out a little bit. We could do it since 2004, but I kind of like the way it looks now. So 94, 2008, 2013, that's Euro crisis. Right? Let's find DBK CDS. While this is running, there we go. Oh, come on, no back history. Get the fuck out of here. Sorry, but these guys always do this. All of a sudden, they don't have the CDS data. There we go. Get out of here, cheaters. Okay. Yeah, you can see they don't line up at all, but boy. This green line looks right. So, equals update. I mean, we could do since 2008. I think we need to just call this long dollar sharp long gold. Call this short gold, short bonds. I'm just gonna call it bonds for now. Oh, I have two in there. That's not good. That's also why it's biased. Okay. Short G, short D, short tips. Sorry. LQD, sharp. Let's push, map. Okay, equals mean rows. here. Whatever. Oh, doesn't like it. Okay. Go back here, push. Sharp. No? That should work. Wow. That'll work. Dude. Come on. Once you do this, we're gonna head out. Whoa. Oh, I haven't pushed these as names yet. Sorry. 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. And then I gotta go soon.